Badac was formed in 1999, and the idea was just to do theatre that was new writing, based around human rights issues, and also using the philosophies of Grotowski and Artaud. And the first play we did, Ashes to Ashes, we took to Edinburgh, to the festival. And luckily it was very successful. It went very well. But when we first did the play, there wasn't a company. It was just a name for us to go to Edinburgh. We had to have a name, so we called it Badac, which means explore. In Polish it means explore. And without that play, there wouldn't be a company. And the second play was Crucifixion. And that was good because that's when we met Itici, Michaela. Huh?
I saw it.
Yeah, you saw it here. You didn't see it in Edinburgh, you saw it here. Yeah. Because Mickey and Mr. Paolucci and Pietro, I think, and Ida, I think, saw it in Edinburgh. And without them seeing it, none of this would, like us being here and working here and crossing paths and different things, none of it would have happened. And so they saw it and we came here and did it. And from that, the march, which was incredible experience, incredible, with Alvaro, Lorenzo, Uba Gada. So it was, it was incredible. It was very hard work, but incredible. And then what we've done over the years is we've looked at different human rights issues. So domestic violence, violence against women, religious persecution, persecution of artists, teenage prostitution, drug abuse, different human rights issues that we find interesting, basically. And at the minute, our new project is about Anna Politkovskaya, who was a Russian journalist who was murdered for criticising the government, pretty much, both in Russia and in Chechnya, as she was murdered. And that's our new project, which will go to Edinburgh in August. And that's it, really. That is Badac. So, the experience this week has been fantastic. It's been very, very good. The refugee group, it is the first time, really, I've worked with a group where you have about 15 different languages in the room, none of which I speak. And then the one constant language is Italian, which I also don't speak. So that was quite interesting. But their energy as a group was amazing. I mean, just amazing. And their focus for the main part was fantastic. And it's quite humbling, really, because you're in a room with people that you know, a lot of them have had incredible experiences in their life, very painful experiences in their life that I have no understanding of, really. So it's quite humbling, really, to be in a room with people you know have gone through so much and are still in that room, trying to move life forward and learn a new skill or a new craft. That's cool, very cool. And the young group are very funny because they're very young and they do what young people do, which is they laugh and they giggle and they're in love and they're not in love and everything's everywhere and it's a very different energy. But they're lovely. I mean, they're very cool, and they worked again last night. Again, worked very hard, and they listen and it's good. It's very good. It's very hard to be an actor when you're very young because there's too much happening in the world, in your world. So everything's so important. So acting's only one of the things that is so important. Whereas as you get older, it becomes, for some people, it becomes the most important or one of the most important. It's lucky now because I'm older, I'm more relaxed, I'm more chilled out, you see. So I can deal with all these different things now. So it's cool, it's good. No, it's been great. I mean, it's always lovely to come to Bologna, which is beautiful, even in the snow. And the people at the theatre. I mean, everybody is lovely, everybody. The place of theatre in the modern world. Wow. I'm not sure really that the role of theatre is any different now to any other time. One of the beauties of theatre is that it covers a wide range of ideas and creativity, and all those things are valid. I think it's very easy to say that because of the world we live in now, it's so different to any other time, that there must be much more importance in the meaning of art. But actually, at any period, there's an importance to art. When I went to the Pinacoteca, yeah, is right? Yeah. Go me. The art there was very important. At the time, was very important to the people to go and see and learn from and be educated through and what's the word? And entertained through. And yet that art's from 600, 700, 800 years ago. And storytelling has always been important in small tribes, small groups, small clusters of groups. Storytelling's always important. So I'm not sure really if the role of theatre changes. Maybe it develops, maybe because of technology developing and the way that we develop through technology, the styles of theatre will develop and the way we communicate through theatre will develop. But actually, in my lifetime, theatre has always had the capability to be political. It could always criticise and be honest. So the medium of theatre, I don't think has changed. It's interesting because I think it will go full circle. We have all this technology and we have television, cinema, and all these wonderful things that you can do with television and cinema. But they can't be as intimate as theatre. They can't have this conversation as such. Not to say they can't be fantastic, because they can, but theatre is unique in that it can be here, this immediate. And I think that you see a lot of theatre now which is trying to be film and television. But actually the thing that will save theatre is this intimacy, this simplicity, actually. I think the audiences at some point will realise that it's the simplicity of theatre that makes it beautiful, that makes it wonderful, that makes it unique, actually. But from the perspective of, do I think theatre has a specific role in modern society to teach or to preach or to show? No, I don't, actually. I think that it's always had that. I don't think just because we live in this particular time, that's any different. I mean, if you look at Berlusconi, yeah, he's a politician. So does theatre have a responsibility to highlight the failings of Berlusconi? Yes, maybe it does. But then it also had a responsibility to highlight the failings of Mussolini. So in a different period, exactly the same thing. Yeah. Maybe now we have more freedom, I think, in theatre. So maybe we can be more critical of government, which is something actually that in the Western world we should be appreciative of. We should understand that we're very lucky because other parts of the world don't have that freedom and they depend on us with our freedom to highlight their lack of freedom. That is something that because of the way we work and what we do, I think is very important. But I don't think everybody in theatre has to think that. There are other places. There are places for people to entertain young children because that gets them involved in theatre and it shows them the beauty of theatre. Not everybody has to be heavy and there has to be lots of different forms of theatre. But I think one of them is definitely that we do have freedom. We have to appreciate the freedom, make the most of it, and highlight the fact that other people in the world don't have the same freedom. But yeah, I don't know, it's a very difficult question.
Sorry.
No, because it's something that people should think about. Certainly people in theatre should think about, because a lot of actors only use theatre as a way of getting into television or film. It's like a stepping stone into film without really understanding the craft and the purpose of the art form and what it can be used for. Okay? I'm going to be thinking about that question for days.